Well, I don't think we can find our way back after all of the things that you did. Now all the bleeding in the world not gonna change that. Some things are just too hard to forgive. And all my friends that used to warn me about you, but I couldn't see a thing past your smile. I know the past is coming right back to haunt you. I hope you like it when the bills start to pile. Too much styling, you can't pop no style on either.
I was just gonna say, it has to be a girl, right?
Watch out, boom shot. You tell him that there's a make the way to murmur now. So this one is short shot. You can't stop. Boom shot.
Boom shots.
But you're coming towards the end of your European tour, and one of the big things you just did was Poland and Woodstock, and that's not a small stage,
No.
and that's not specific just to reggae. But I mean, I couldn't be there. I couldn't, you know, unfortunately, but I did see some footage of you, and you know, the crowd was endless, and they were receiving Protoje like really well, and I'm sure it wasn't a reggae gig, so how does it feel to be able to do that kind
You know, my bandit, like my drummer thinks I'm crazy because I get pumped up for big shows. Like I don't get nervous. I never knew that even anybody in my band got nervous. I was just talking to one or two of them, and they're like, yeah, you know, sometimes it's like so the adrenaline, it's kind of nerve-wracking, and I'm like, you guys get nervous? Like you know what I mean? I never thought that anybody in my band got nervous for shows.
Because they never talk like, they never.
No, I just see everybody kind of in their zone, and I'm like, because I'm not like, I get pumped up like the bigger the show, and I'm like just chilling out backstage, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. No, I'm like just doing just whatever, and my drummer was like, sometimes these shows, and I'm like, yo, I live for that. Like, so when I was at Poland, like I was just so amped up. I felt so good about it, and to be honest, like it wasn't one of our best shows. Like it went good, you know, and it was good, but I know within myself when we nail a show, and there were like little things going wrong on stage, but no excuses. It was a great show, great performance. It was, the people were into it. The crowd was crazy. I mean, I'm on stage and I'm seeing people in the distance bungee jumping. It's kind of distracting, and like little mosh pits being formed, like when I'm singing, like pull them up. You know what I mean? So it was fun. I love it.
And that's your first experience of a big crowd. I mean,
no. Like,
it's a huge crowd. I mean, they say it's like 500,000 people.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It's a big crowd that we played to. But I mean, I've done festivals like Paleo, you know, with like Santana or Lowlands, you know what I mean, lots of crowd where there's lots of people, but this was unique. This was like meta. Like this was, the band after me was called Hate Breed, and they were like rocking out, you know. And but yo, I just love music, you know, so I always find good music wherever, no matter what kind of music in the festivals. We love to see bands, and it was a joy.
And talking about different types of music, I mean, one of the things we spoke about when we talked about your new album back in Jamaica, at Jamaica Jazz Fest, I mean, you did kind of mention it was going to be a different sound, you're shaping it, and just in there you were telling me you're mixing it in so many different places. So what kind of sound are we expecting? I mean, I specifically remember you kind of mentioning like Volcano being the big sound.
Yeah, but it's not, the whole thing with May Winter is that even while the album is called Ancient Future, it's not about making it sound like 1980. We're not trying to recreate that. We're trying to build on that. Sly did an interview and he was like, he loves what we're doing, but what he wants to see is where we're gonna take it next. So we can't just stay, and you know what I mean? And when I read that, it was really inspiring to me. I was like, you know, I really feel what he's saying, and we have to build on what they did and not just recreate it. So that's what we're doing with this album. And sonically, it's just heavy, and it's so experimental. I'll definitely play two or three tunes for you guys today.
Yeah. If you want to give us another preview, go for it.
I'm gonna play some
Sing
music.
it, sing something, anything you want. Because the last time you sang something for us, it became a super duper hit. So,
well, I don't think we can find our way back after all of the things that you did. Now all the bleeding in the world now go change that. Some things are just too hard to forgive. And all my friends that used to warn me about you, but I couldn't see a thing past your smile. And now the past is coming right back to haunt you. I hope you like it when the bills start to pile. Too much styling, you can't pop no style on girl.
I was just gonna say, it has to be a girl, right?
Yeah.
That's emotion.
Yeah, man. You know, when I was singing that song, I was joking and saying that song could be to the Jamaica government too.
There you go.
I don't think we can find our way back after all the things that you did, you know. It's funny, but yeah, it's for a girl.
It's for a girl. And you that's a true statement what you said. There are some people who really feel that about the Jamaica system and the Jamaican government.
Yeah, it's crazy. When I was singing the song, like the parallels, and like even the second verse goes like when I'm saying, why do we always have the same conversation? Why you always find a reason to lie? See, me need some deep meditation. Might sound simple, but it's still worth a try. Some other times I have to wonder if you're crazy when I think of all the tricks that you pull, you know? And now you're claiming that you want to be my lady, you know, metaphor for, but now I'm a quart pan full because you're full of too much style. But I like when songs are like that, when you can, you know?
And it's amazing because you probably weren't thinking it when you were writing about it, but now when you think about it, it's like, wow, so many things are in
Trust
parallel.
me, no lipstick. People, there's so many people have come to me and asked me if that song is about oral sex.
Oh, really?
I've been shocked. You know what I mean? When I say she put her lips to my blood, like they're like, I know that song's about. I'm like, yo, I'm talking about weed. Like, where's your mind at? You know? Check yourself. You have some stuff to iron out. So it's funny how people, or even dread, they think I'm talking about hair and like being Rasta. It has nothing to do with that. It was about, you know, in Jamaica when they say, yo, things dread. You know?
I mean,
it's
music is a perception thing,
Yeah.
of course, and I'm sure. I mean, I remember vividly speaking with Stephen, and he said the same thing when his dad did Kaya. He didn't actually think he was recording a love album.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kaya is one of Bob's biggest love albums.
And when he got ridiculed for it when he put it out. I hear.
So, you know, like you said, you don't always know, but these things probably are, I think for a singer, they must be like somewhere in your mind.
Believe me, there's so much stuff that I write, and when I listen to it back, I'm like, where did this come from? Like, it resonates with me so much, but that's not what I meant when I wrote it. But when I sing it, it has a different meaning for me, and it's like, this is the meaning I needed to have. So it's crazy.
And maybe that's what the gift is about singing, because not everybody can sing. Not everybody.
And even just write, it's more important, writing.
I'm glad you mentioned writing, because one of the things that I was thinking about, which I thought was pretty deep and pretty, and I couldn't work out when in the Who Knows song you talk about poverty not being real, and that how the man in the city, he is hungry, but yet in the country the fruit falls off the tree. What does, that's a big statement, poverty is not real, because I mean, when I go from city to city,
you see the reality of poverty.
You know, I just came back from Birmingham for 3 days, so many people on the streets. Go into London, so many people on the streets. What does, I'm interested to know
what it means. Good, yeah, no problem. I mean, it's, words are like, sometimes it's hard to communicate with like limited language, you know what I mean? But it's like, when I say poverty isn't real, I mean, poverty does not have to be a reality. You understand? Like, it is real in terms of people are suffering, but it's not like this is how it has to be. You know what I mean? Like the simple stuff. Like I've been watching. They've been doing this ice bucket challenge, and I don't know what it's about, but I think I know what it's about. But it's crazy, right? Whatever happening, and just something as simple as that, right? To know that And not that anything's wrong with what they're doing, but there are people that can't even have drinking water.
Okay.
Right? And then there's people throwing water on themselves, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, I'm just drawing you the parallel. So you're saying like, why is it that people don't have drinking water when it's obvious that there is enough water in the world for everywhere to drink? Why is it that people are in the place starving, and in Jamaica saying like, in a matter of 1 hour or half an hour, there's somebody that's literally dying of hunger. And then where I come from is St. Elizabeth, the breadbasket of Jamaica, and I see farmers dumping food because they don't know, they can't study. Why are we not connecting the dots? So I'm saying it's not a reality. Somebody doesn't feel like, yo, I just saw it going on, so the system's safe. No, like we can just connect the dots, and somebody can simple as being fed. Like that's a you know what I mean, food, clothes and shelter, and just food. Like it's hard to even think when you're hungry. I'm like, listen, I don't know about starving, and people use the word so that, oh, I'm starving today, or like no, like I didn't get any food from morning, so I'm a bit hungry. But can you imagine 3 days, 4 days into it, like you will want to kill people and rob people, you know what I mean? So it's like we need to connect the dots more. So me saying poverty isn't real, it's like saying it does not have to be our reality. That's not how the world is set up. The world is set up to take care and nourish everything within it. It's just man out of order. It's like nature is in perfect harmony. If every living human being is taken away from the earth, nothing's bad's gonna happen. It's gonna keep flourishing. If you take a bee away from the earth, it will go in some whole heap of problems. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I kind of meant by it.